Hey, how's everyone doing today? I'm MrKonDumb, and I'm here to tell you guys what my channel has to offer, and then I'll be answering some random questions that I've had asked, and it'll kind of give you some insight into how I think. But before we get into this, what you'll be watching is my favorite campaign in the Left 4 Dead series, which is No Mercy, the hospital level in the first game. But since I'm playing on PC, there will be some mods. You'll see me pull out the Half-Life 2 revolver, and you'll see that all the characters have different uniforms. It's not the traditional Left 4 Dead 1 uniforms. I think Bill's got like a blue shirt or something. I forget, but I'd like to thank the Aftermath Gaming channel for giving me this opportunity to do this YouTuber spotlight. I mean, the guys at Aftermath Gaming have some solid content. They've got a series going on called Game and Tech Talks. They do some unboxings, they do product reviews, and Let's Plays of like Zone of the Enders, Bioshock Infinite. I think they have Sonic Adventure 2 Battle going on. That's just a couple of them. They have a lot more stuff going on up there. I definitely recommend them. So go on over to the Aftermath Gaming channel and show them some love. You never know, you could be the next subscriber in the subscriber showcase. But anyways, let's get to it. I'm MrKonDumb, or you can call me MKD for short. I've been mainly uploading videos of my first attempts playing through classic games such as Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, Uncharted, Bioshock, Super Metroid, all those classics, the new ones, all that fun stuff. And the reason I'm doing this is because I've never really got the chance to play them. As a kid, living with two brothers and a sister, it's hard to play single-player games, especially on the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo 64 era. I mean, it was no fun for them just watching me play single-player games, so we always play multiplayer games. Most of the time it was like Smash Brothers or like Pokemon Stadium. I think the one single-player game I got to play as a kid was a Hercules game on the Nintendo 64, and it wasn't like the cartoon, it was like the live-action Hercules, and it was just fucking awful. But let's just kind of dive into what I do. But the My First Time series, like I just mentioned, if you want to watch it before it goes up on YouTube, I do live stream it. That's where all the content mostly comes from, is the live streams, which is twitch.tv/MrKonDumb. And the chat there is always fun. It's a great way to interact with me. You can ask questions, I can answer them, I can suggest ideas. You guys say, hey, this is great, or this is friggin' terrible. I mean, it's also like not as bad of a flame war too, I guess is what you would call it. The chat section's a lot nicer than the YouTube comment section. What I also do on live streaming is I do a series called Friday Fights, which is hosted on Fridays with a friend of mine, and we play fighting games such as Street Fighter 4, Injustice, Marvel vs. Capcom, and a couple others. We've been requested to do Soul Calibur 5 and some other 3D fighters, Skullgirls, and all that fun stuff. I'll also occasionally play some terrible games in a series that I like to do sometimes called Thursday Throwaways, or like Tuesday Trash Day, Miserable Mondays, Waste of Money Wednesdays. But pretty much what it is I pick certain games that have not done well due to faulty controls, poor story, just like lack of interest, you know, a cookie cutter generic video game. And, you know, I do my best to find the good things in this game and maybe have suggestions for if these developers ever really wanted to make a second game. And for instance, like, I've played Legendary, which was just like a end of the world Pandora's box apocalyptic first person shooter. Dark Void, which was the jetpack game, Rocketeer style game that Capcom did. And I love that game. If you've ever played Crimson Skies, it's very similar to that, and it's just got a fun action-y feel and all that fun stuff. I've also played Dark Sector, which was okay. A little too generic for me, but, you know, what can you expect, really? The guy's got, like, a saw blade that's like a boomerang. I actually think, now I think about it, Turok Rage Wars, or Turok 2 on the N64 had one of those. Razorwind, I think, was the weapon, was what it was called. I also played Two Human on it. Two Human, I found some laser guns, and that was the best part about the game. Camera controls were terrible. If they fixed the camera, I bet you that game would have done a lot better. But you know, some of the games I actually truly enjoy, despite all their flaws. I mean, I think the best one I found was 007 Quantum of Solace, which turned out to be fucking phenomenal because it was like a first-person shooter, and it was fun and action-y. I was like, wow, why is this game so great? Turns out it was developed by Treyarch and published by Activision, the guys who do Call of Duty Black Ops series. So there you have it. But now that you kind of know what I upload and I do on YouTube, I'll just answer a couple questions that, tell you more about my ethics or something like that. Where would I like to see myself in 5 years? It sounds like a job interview already, but I'd like to see myself out of school with some sort of degree, still making videos about video games, and being able to have built a large enough community where people can go and talk to people who have similar interests about some video games, or request help from the community members saying like, hey, I don't know how to beat this section, and they go, oh, you have to do a triple jump, blah blah, write this, okay. Or maybe even do some sort of like public meetups where we all like meet up at a convention, or do some sort of online play dates, and just be able to say that like I brought together people who would have never met each other if it wasn't for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm not gonna make the next big social network. That would require far too much effort for myself, but I would like to see friendships occur because of my commentary. Next question. What would I do with $1 million? Unfortunately, $1 million isn't as much as it used to be. I remember when I first started watching the TV show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, where, the host, who in America was Regis Philbin, and he's a talk show host and all this fun stuff, but he's famous just to be famous, I guess. And he would ask questions, and they would answer it. The more questions they got right, the more money they would earn, but if they got a question wrong, they got stepped down to a certain, like, prize level or something. But, you'd win money. I think John Carter was the first winner that I remember, and he was, like, so badass. He's just like, oh, I'd like to call my dad on the $1 million question, and he's like, I'm just telling you I'm going to win, but blah, blah, blah. It's a great show. And I would just remember as a kid, I was like, wow, $1 million. That's insane, like, you can buy anything with that. But now I'm just like, have fun trying to buy a house and living off that forever without working, and, because things are expensive. And, if you want to live a fancy life with $1 million, you're still going to have to work or smart invest or something. But in all honesty, I would probably just quit my current job, buy a decent home, where homes are relatively inexpensive for the amount of space that you'd receive. So maybe like somewhere in like, I don't know, Arizona or Texas, the southern states, I hear have great value for the homes, for the amount you pay. And I'd probably just do what I feel would be fun, I mean, for the rest of my life, maybe, I don't know, just kind of relax, build some stuff, YouTube a little bit more, maybe do some live streaming, probably just drop out of school, because, I mean, with $1 million, you don't really need a whole lot of education. I mean, you can definitely live off $1 million if you don't go crazy with the spending. Like, I'm not gonna go buy 4 Ferraris and, be like, yeah, I'm balling out of control, because that's where your money runs out really quickly. I mean, maybe I'd even start my own, like, small-time eBay business just to have somewhat of an income. I suppose you'd say that I'd like to live the simple life with that kind of money. Next question. Who do I think will win the next console war? Honestly, it's a little too early to say. Although Sony seems to have the lead with their whole, like, they don't have to have a camera being a requirement to have the PlayStation 4 to work, I do feel that Microsoft with the Xbox One has some good console exclusives. And I mean, someone is probably going to find a workaround with the whole Kinect, Skynet integration thing, Spybox, and all that fun stuff. It's going to happen eventually, and I bet you 4chan will figure it out. As for Nintendo with their Wii U console, I feel like the new games that are coming out in 2014 and in the future are going to be a lot more fun, and Nintendo's probably going to pick up the pace a little bit and get some good games. I even picked up a friggin' 3DS, and I think it's the best thing I've invested in a long time. It's so much fun. I love playing. I've just played Dream Drop Distance, and it's so much fun. But Nintendo's always been good at making fun games that you want to play over and over again. Legend of Zelda is a great example. Just the Metroid series, I guess, is really good. Metroid Prime specifically. But I would definitely probably say I would buy a Wii U first, since I mostly play on PC anyways. I mean, that's kind of just how I play games. What is my favorite game and why? Halo 2, and Halo 2 is my favorite game because it is the first game that I played that I really started to get into online gaming. I remember pretty much all the super jumps still, getting outside the maps, in practically all the levels, sword lunging, the butterfly glitch. I mean, man, if they released Halo 2 Remastered, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. if they released it on the Xbox One, I'd probably still buy it in a heartbeat. I'd buy it and an Xbox One just to play it. But that's only if they kept it with little to no changes. I mean, the minimal invisible walls that they had, and the multiplayer was like Halo 2 multiplayer, not like a Halo 5, Halo 7, whatever crossover like they did with Halo Anniversary. I did not enjoy that. But final question. What is a video series that I would like to do, but I can't due to time constraints? I guess a video series. I guess I'd like to do more tutorial videos, or videos similar to the series I did. I did tips for tots for I think 2 episodes, maybe 3. I'm not really sure. It was for Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, and it was fun. And I don't know why, but like I love taking like the still shot of the video and then doing like a, now this is important, you need to listen because here's the little tip, blah blah blah, and just kind of emphasizing the technique that I'm trying to teach you guys. I thought it was a fun and cheap and easy effect. I mean, if you guys have any requests for tutorials, let me know. I'd love to start making some content that you guys specifically asked for. I mean, it'd be great because you guys want to see it and I would want to make it, so everybody wins, right? But anyways, that's all the time I got for today, guys. Thanks a bunch to the AfterMathGaming guys for giving me this opportunity, and a big thank you to you guys. Yes, you guys. Without you guys, all us YouTube people would be probably doing something productive, like curing cancer, some shit about global warming, I don't know. But anyways, my Twitch channel is twitch.tv/MrKonDumb, YouTube channel, MrKonDumb. If you have a Twitter, I'm at MrKonDumb. Or if you want to use Facebook, I have a Facebook page, which is facebook.com/MrKonDumb. And that's where you can find me. You know, you should probably just Google it. It's probably a better way to, you know, just find anything that I'll ever do, ever, in the history of forever. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the future. Take care, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.